time for another stock review. This time we are talking AI extreme. We're talking quantum computers bringing humans together and people and machines and robots and everything else with quantum computers. It's the future, and I'm going to explain why in this video. During this review, we're going to discuss the balance sheet, the profit, the loss, the inside trading, who's buying, who's selling, using the most advanced algorithmic software, looking at the latest news, the products, the website. We're also going to look at a back test of the company. All of that in this review. IonQ. Now, full disclosure, I do not own any stocks. I only own the S&P, and I'm fully invested in the S&P. Why? So I can be completely impartial and honest and real and genuine about my reviews. I'm not paid to do the reviews. They're completely free. Now, my members can request a review and they can super chat me. So I do get a bit of money, like $10 maybe, if they want to go up the list and get it done immediately. But no one is sponsoring from the company to make these reviews, or Alpha Spread are not paying me to these reviews. They're completely honest and genuine. So can we make money on this stock? AI is always at the moment overbought. Everyone's always buying it and thinking it can go on forever. Can you make money from this stock? Well, I'm going to show you the inside trading. I'm going to give you a profitability score. I'm going to give you a solvency score, and then you can decide by rubbing your chin and shouting at a big board with a load of people in an empty room, you can decide whether this stock is right for you. So let's get straight into this review. What do you think? If you like this video, please do tap the like button. Now, I have had the great privilege and honor to interview 2 CEOs, and there are many more to come. If you'd like me to talk to the CEO of IonQ, it's possible. In fact, it's quite easy. What you do as investors is tag this video, share it around, and invite them to be on the show. I do a Meet the CEO series, or perhaps you would like to email them at Investor Relations, or go through a Reddit channel, or whatever it might be, and invite them to the show. I'd love to have them on the show. More than happy to talk to them and hear their story. Quantum computers. So, what is quantum computers? What is IonQ? Let's go straight into it without further ado. Let's look at the basic chart first of all. You can see straight away. It's very volatile. We get some news, it pops up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. And I like IonQ. It's one of the leaders, if not the leader, of quantum computers. It's a big investment from Amazon. So if Amazon do well, IonQ do well, it kind of goes hand in hand a little bit there. But I like this one for many, many reasons. But first of all, let's go into more information about the stock, and then we'll get more deep dive as we go on throughout the video. IonQ develops and manufactures quantum computers. We use that in AI now. We use that in EVs. Future technology will all about quantum computers. The firm specializes in quantum computing and quantum information processing. The company was founded by Christopher Monroe and Jung Kim in 2015 and headquartered in College Park, MD. The listed name is IonQ. Peter Chapman is the CEO. So Peter, if you are listening through anybody that's has forwarded onto my video to you, or perhaps they've emailed you for investor relations, or put you on a Reddit channel, or wherever it might be, please do reach out to me. I never spam or try to get everyone on my show. People come to me. I don't like to do it. I leave it to the investors to speak to you and invite you. But you are all welcome. Open invitation always. I'd love to hear from you and share your story about the company. 202 employees out of Maryland, 2015, 45% maintenance. If you're buying this on margin, it's regarded as medium risk on margin. Going down, 2.23 billion is the market cap. 52-week high, $21. This is when AI, first of all, got really sexy and trendy. Everyone started to buy it and get a bit crazy with it. It's a great company. We'll come onto the balance sheet in a moment, but everyone overpaid for it. It's too expensive. 52-week low, $4.38. You can see how volatile it is. No dividend, just a growth stock. 6 million, so it's a reasonable amount of volume every day. The average volume is 6. Today's volume is 4.7 million so far. So it's about on average. Now, Morningstar give analysis for this. I wouldn't use this. They're all paid and sponsored to say certain things. I just give you the numbers. I'm not sponsored by anyone to promote the company. As you can see here, it's a buy 50%, hold 50%. No one is selling it at this value. That review was done recently, so it's fairly accurate. But again, I do not make investment decisions based on a paid analyst. Doesn't make sense to me. I do my own research. The stock has been going down and missing on earnings. This isn't good at all. We thought at one point they were going to become a cash positive, and it's just been going down ever since. And we'll find out why in a minute when we look at the numbers. February the 28th, next week, we've got the earnings. If my members request it, I will cover the earnings, and we will learn more about this company. That's coming up very, very soon. Should we cover IonQ's earnings? That's February the 28th. Okay. Let's have a look and go further down. Now then, who are we in bed with? In other words, who else, what other companies are we investing in that also invest with IonQ? Rigetti Computing, I've never researched it. I don't know anything about it. D-Wave, Quantum, SoFi, I know about SoFi. Great potential company, but an awful rubbish CEO. Talks nonsense, has no idea about the economy at all. Makes up stuff to promote the stock, pump the stock. I don't like people like that. Straight away, it's a no. I have a very high bar when it comes to buying stocks. And as soon as someone who works at the company starts talking rubbish, I'm out. So the CEO talks rubbish here. Very volatile stock. Great company being ruined by the CEO. Joby Aviation, very volatile stock. And Palantir, very, very great stock here. I love what Mr. Karp is doing. But the company is now extremely overbought again. It's great. Great company. Got a great future. But again, it's like Tesla, early days. Everyone's buying it. Thinks it can run forever. You can't spend $100 on a can of Coke, right? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's now go and look at the company itself. So we are talking AI on this one. I hope you like AI because we're all over it right now with quantum computers. And are you overbuying the stock or are you being stalked by a robot? Well, let's have a look and let's go into the company information right now. So, to build the world's best quantum computers to solve the world's most complex problems. I need one of them. Can you imagine how good my internet would be if I had a quantum computer? Then I'd need quantum internet, wouldn't I? Anyway, quantum computers are a revolutionizing technology. They have the potential to transform business, society, and the planet for the better. And IonQ is at the forefront of this revolution. After 25 years of academic research, IonQ was founded in 2015 by Chris Monroe and Yun-Sang Kim, I hope I pronounced that correctly. With $2 million in seed funding from New Enterprise Associates, a license to core technology from the University of Maryland and Duke University, and the goal of taking trapped ion quantum computing out of the lab and into the market. In the following 3 years, we raised an additional $20 million from GV Amazon, there you go, Web Services, and NEA, built two of the world's most accurate quantum computers. In 2019, we raised another $55 million in a round led by Samsung and Mubadala, and announced partnership with Microsoft and Amazon Web Services to make our quantum computers available via the cloud. There you go. Big investors, Microsoft and Amazon. So we've got good company here. What are the products? Well, we're not going to go in and blind you too much with technology because I'd blind myself, all right? We're not going to go too much on this. It's beyond my comprehension. I'm an investor. I'm not a scientist or really understand a damn thing about quantum computers. I have covered the earnings, but flipping heck, it blows my mind. So I'm not even going to try and talk to you about their products. We kind of get the general gist, and that's kind of all we can do. What we can do, however, is look at the numbers and the news. Let me give you some latest news, and then I'm going to go into the numbers. IonQ in South Korea, South Korea's Sung Kyung Kwan, I hope I pronounced that correctly, University renew International Quantum Alliance just a few days ago. Extension of original 3-year deal to provide researchers and academics with access to IonQ's leading trapped ion systems. Renewal closely follows memorandum of understanding established with the South Korean government to promote quantum education and training. So some good news here, some latest news a few days ago around quantum computing. Now what we need to do is look at the numbers. Does this add up? Does this make any money? Can you make money as an investor on this stock? So let's have a look at it before you get your credit card out, Mr. Jordan Smith, and decide whether you want to buy this stock. Let's establish if it's got real value. We know that quantum computing is the future, but does it make sense from a point of view of an investment? Well, let's have a look at it. Now then, it's AI, folks. It's going to be overvalued because everyone buys it. Everybody will overpay for it. Everybody will spend $10 on a can of Coke wanting to be the one that owns the company because we know it's going to be the future. However, is it the right price today? Well, no, it isn't if we look at the intrinsic value, but I will give you some warnings. The intrinsic value is overvalued by 88% on a base case, on a worst case, on a best case, 83, and on a worst case, 92. However, we have a warning. IonQ's intrinsic value estimate is unreliable because it's based upon multiples and doesn't use DCF. So it may be not as bad as this. It might be better. We don't know. There's not enough information yet coming in from the company to really truly value. Not enough sales, not enough profit. So we can't really say. But what we do know is people are buying it ahead of time because they believe in the future it's going to be a massive company. And of course, they're probably right. Smash the like button if you like this video so far. Please do that. And also go and click subscribe and ring the bell as well. Subscribe to my channel and like the video. All right. Let's move on down now and pick up some information from the latest Q3 results. Our AI software picks up this information. I will give access in a moment to all of you to use this software for free, or you can use, excuse me, or you can use a premium service, which is what I use to give you more information. And I will give you a link for that. It's below the description of the video and above my head as well, if you click the little I button. All right. In Q3 2023, IonQ reported robust revenue growth, booking 6.1 million and outperforming expectations with a 122% increase, hinting at a promising path to commercial success for its AQ64 system. With 26.3 million in bookings for the quarter and projections for surpassing 100 million in cumulative bookings since 2021, investors can see a clear trajectory of growth. The company's approach with AQ64 does not depend on achieving full error correction, with strong customer interest evidenced in system sales, including a significant $25.5 million deal with the US Air Force Research Lab. Looking forward, IonQ raised its full year 2023 revenue outlook to 21.2 to 22 million, reflecting confidence in further contract milestones and providing a Q4 revenue guidance of 5.3 to 6.1 million. So everything moving in the right direction. Look at the financials though. How is the company financed? Revenue, as you can see, S-curve starting to occur. We are down here at the moment, 19.8 million, up 21%. Very nice, but look how it's supposed to ramp up. The S-curve starts here in 2025, and then it starts to steepen. That's what you'd expect. Operating income is negative 16%. Net income is negative 18%. Free cash flow is down 20%. Capital expenditure is up 40%. We're spending money on the business. We don't mind spending money on the business, though, in capital expenditure. We need to for this company. Operating cash flow, negative 16%. Now, does it have cash? Does it have enough money? Well, let's see, to deliver on its promises. 565 million in assets. Of 565 million, 384 million is in cash. A very, very, very nicely funded business. We only have 66 million in liabilities. Very, very good. The majority of our assets is cash. Fantastic. And 66 million is liabilities. Very, very good balance sheet so far. But let's have a look if we've got any long-term debt. No debt. No debt. A great balance sheet, an award-winning balance sheet, I would say, for this sector. Look at that. No debt, no long-term, no short-term debt. Hardly any liabilities in comparison to their assets, and loads of cash. In other words, a very well-funded company leading the sector. This could be a great opportunity now to buy this. It wasn't worth 20 bucks. It could be now. And if I was buying stocks, and I'm not, so I can remain impartial and I can't be accused of pumping and dumping stocks, I only own the S&P, knowing that quantum computers is the future for EVs, AI, all the rest of it, this is the leader, and they're funded, and they have cash, and they have no debt, this would be an absolute buy for me. You're going to overpay for the stock right now because everybody wants the stock right now, but it's been double this price. It's been as high as 20 bucks. So actually right now, considering the overall thing, it's not that bad at all. Look at it, 12% down on the year. On the 1 year, it's up 121%, but you can see we were as high as, need 20 bucks. So this is a good time, I would say, to buy this. Yes, you're going to pay too much for it, but that balance sheet is what you're buying. That cash is what you're buying. Right. Efficiency of the company, 71%. That's good, but we need to compare it to the competition. We'll do that later in the video. 71% operating margin, negative at the moment. Net margin, negative. FCF, negative. All this is negative at the moment. ROCE getting worse. ROIC getting worse. ROA getting worse. And ROE getting worse. But potential is there. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Profitability score is 30. We're not making huge amounts of money right now, but we are making money. We're not red. We're amber, soon to turn green at 50%. We've got positive gross profit, tick. Exceptional revenue gross profit, tick. Exceptional 1 year revenue growth, tick. Only negative operating income. That would make sense because we're spending money at the moment, capital expenditure. 30%. That can turn around very quickly. But this is what you're paying for. That balance sheet. That means this company, Amazon, Microsoft, believe in it. They funded it. They've got cash. They've got no debt. They're in a great position, folks. If you like quantum computers and if you think this is the future, this is without doubt a great, great balance sheet on an innovative product, a new product, very, difficult to bring to market, and having a solvency score of 81% is gold. That's a golden balance sheet. Can't say high enough about that. Now then, worst case scenario, Wall Street are giving it a 15% upswing, which is the S&P. Worst case scenario, medium target, 55%. Highest target, 109. Now, this isn't going to be affected by macro conditions. This isn't about interest payments. This isn't about global macro conditions because wars will need quantum computers. Interest payments doesn't bother them. They don't have any debt. In fact, they're probably making money on investing their cash, to be quite honest. So, there we go. So that's all looking good. We could be in the best case scenario, 109%. All right. Anyway, let's go down. Look at the competition. Now you need to look at the competition. Very, very important. You need to look at the competition. I'm going to give you a link now for the competition, so you can go and see and compare. So above my head and down below in the description of the video is the link to Alpha Spread. You can go and check that out. Use my software. You can get a free plan or a paid plan, whatever you like, and you can compare the competition. You should do that. What about ownership? Who's buying on the inside? Well, during the last 12 months, insiders have not bought any shares and sold, and they were right to do so because the stock got overbought. The stock got overbought, but 14.1 million, not huge amounts when you think where the stock is. $14 million worth of shares. The last transaction was December the 11th, 2023 by the chief revenue officer, who sold 1.9 million. So it makes sense as the stock is going through capital expenditure right now. The stock is going down. Maybe an opportunity right now. All the markets are down today. But this stock shouldn't be down really, because interest payments, I don't think, affect this stock. And that's why everyone's selling off today, because we've got CPI and we've got threats of maybe the inflation, interest rates won't go down as soon as we'd like. But I don't think it's going to affect this company. Well, I know it's not. It doesn't have debt. So in fact, it doesn't make any difference to them. In fact, it might even help them, because they might be investing their cash and earning money like I am on Robinhood, 5.25. I don't know. Anyway, let's go further down. Now then, this is very interesting. Short interest, 26.87. So we are in short squeeze territory. If we get high volume at this level, and there's no reason why we can't, then this stock can short squeeze. AI is very trendy, very sexy. It's a great company, great assets, great cash balances, no debt at all, good funding, backed by Microsoft, Amazon, but people are shorting it because it was overbought. It's still expensive, but it's half the price it was, and inflation is not going to affect it. So that short could lead to a short squeeze. Very, very nice indeed. Let's have a quick listen here to some news that was just out a few months ago. It's still relevant. Let's have a quick listen.
Yeah, sure. So the company was co-founded by two college professors, originally from the University of Maryland and Duke, although both are today at Duke University. In Chris's case, he still teaches classes at Duke, and they run Duke's Quantum Lab, which is a significant undertaking unto itself. And we have a relationship with Duke University, where the work that they do there, funded by the government, is exclusively licensed and royalty-free to the company. So Chris is going back to Duke University to lead that program, but the relationship between Duke and Chris is really it's not changed in any way, shape, or form. Chris would be the first one to tell you that the physics for what it is that we're doing was solved long ago. If you go back and listen to Chris, from several years ago, you will find tapes where he says exactly that. Where the company is today is no longer about academic research. It's not about fundamental physics. And that's actually quite a difference between IonQ and many of our kind of competitors. They're still working on fundamental physics. Sometimes, yes. And we're not. We're actually migrating out of an academic phase and now into an engineering and product phase. And so we're in the middle of that transition.
Peter, one of the analysts that Caroline referenced was Benchmark's David Williams, and he basically says that the timing and motivation of Chris's departure is curious. Just on the timing part, could you just explain why now, why the process that you just outlined is being announced this week?
Well, I think, I'm not sure I'd want to speak for Chris, but I think there's a number of likely factors. One is he did state that he wants to go back to his academic roots. He seems to enjoy that, and And that's exactly what it is that he's doing.
I think that will do for there. We've got an idea of what the company's about and the fact that they are leaps ahead of the competition. The fact they are now just building out the physical manufacturing of the products, which other companies are way behind on. Anyway, we've now looked at that. Let's do one final thing. And we're going to look at a back test. Very, very important. So before we do that, one final touch of the hands of my AI robot and myself. That's not really me. I just like to use it. It looks good though, doesn't it? You like that? Tap a like button just for that. Tap a like button for my B-roll. Come on. I do it live during the show. Nobody else on YouTube makes videos like this. Does it live, answers questions, monitors 14 screens, keeps talking, keeps providing information while providing amazing B-roll over the top of my stuff live. Unedited. Right. So let's have a look here at the back test and click subscribe. Yep, let's do that as well. And anyway, let's look at it now and see if it makes sense. If we put $10,000 in 2021, a few years ago, on the S&P, you've now got $13,000. You've made $3,000, right? Great. What about IonQ? $10,000. You've just dropped to $9,231. So you've not, and that is including reinvesting the dividends on the S&P. Of course, IonQ provides no dividends. So you can see it's dropped a little bit from where it was. You've not really made any money right now, but maybe now is a good time to buy. We had that massive pop in between. You can see we had that big surge here. It popped up all the way here, and then everything fell back down again, and then popped again, and now we're back down again. It's very, very trendy stock. Getting it down around about here, if you can, is a good time, a good buy in my opinion. I still think it's a good buy today, even though it's expensive. I think looking at that balance sheet and where it's going, it's without doubt, and it's got all the backing of the right people as well. So I like it. Anyway, let me wrap up this review. IonQ. Well, is it a buy from me? Yes, it is. I would allocate so much money to buy this, and I would put my money in now, maybe half of my money in, and wait for a little bit more of a dip to go full in. Perhaps, let's say I had $1,000 now. I would put $500 in, wait for another maybe 4 or 5% if I can get it, and put the rest in. If not, so what? You know, you could go all in now. It will be up in the future. It's got a great balance sheet. It's not going anywhere. It's got a great solvency score, profitability score. It's going to make money in the future. It's going to be worth a lot more than this in 10, 20 years' time, maybe even less than that. But it is one for the future. But it's going to be in all AI. It's going to be in all EVs and flying taxis and robo-taxis and the future of the military and God knows what else. So it is a buy from me. If you can get a bit cheaper, why not? It used to be $20. Then it was ridiculous. Anyway, click above my head. All the links down below in the description of the video. If you want my alpha spread, you can get a copy of it completely for free, or you can get a premium plan as well, whichever you like. It's in the chat now. I'm making this during a live video. Over here, I'll put all my reviews. I've reviewed many companies. Please do leave a comment below the video if you want to reach out to the investor relations. Share this on a Reddit group, a Facebook group. They will get to see it. I will rank #1 for the stock. Please do share it out, and I'd love to invite them onto the show, or email them at investor relations. Even better, do both. That's it from me. Another review done. I like this one. It's a buy from me. Until next time, as always. Or by the way, click underneath here when you see it pop up, the channel for my music channel. I'm the World Piano Man, and I do live music as well. I just did something with Taylor Swift a couple of days ago. That's got you thinking now, innit? Go and check that out. Until then, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.